right, kiddos, we are doing our math lesson from my kitchen today. I'm going to be making some chocolate chip cookies. Before we get started though, I'm going to show you a couple of things that we'll be working with today. Let me move some stuff around in my kitchen. We have all my ingredients are covered all over my counter, so it's really messy. But this is probably my favorite thing in my entire kitchen. It's an entire basket of nothing but fractions. You know I love that. These are of course just some of them, and they stack up really nicely. I think these are the main ones. They're the ones on top. These are my measuring cups when you're measuring things like sugar, flour, chocolate chips, those sort of things that you need a lot of. I also have something smaller I use all the time. This is when you're measuring really small stuff like salt, or like vanilla, just really small things. We'll get to these in a minute. Most of the time when you buy measuring cups, you're gonna have the biggest one in there will be 1 whole cup. And then they start taking that 1 whole cup and making it smaller. I also have one that is half the size of this one, and it literally is a half of a cup. And then they're going to take half of a cup and cut that into 2 pieces. And if you take 1/2 and split it up, you get the very small little 1/4 cup. See, 1/4 cup, they label it for you. Now they do give you other measuring sizes. The fourths and halves are ones you use a lot. They'll also do thirds sometimes. This one gives me a 1/3 cup. And if you can kind of see, they're close in size. This one is my 1/4 and this is my 1/3. The circle part's about the same, but the height is not the same. In class, I don't know if you remember, we would talk about pans of brownies most of the time. And I would ask you things like, would you rather have 1/4 or 1/3 of a one third of a pan, or 1/3 or 1/4 of a pan of brownies? And you had to tell me which one you would rather have. Well, which one gives you the most? Would you rather have 1/3 of a pan or 1/4 of a pan? If you choose 1/3, it's gonna give you more. And so that's why when you look at my measuring cups, the 1/3, it's a little bit bigger than that 1/4. And even when we put those up, even when we have smaller things, this is a really big, this is a tablespoon, but I use the teaspoon a lot. Teaspoon right there. And if you also look on mine, sorry, my oven's preheating, right here, it has something also beside it. It says milliliters. That's what y'all kind of watched when you've seen things with metric measurement. But I use 1 teaspoon a lot. And when you need even smaller amounts of things, they start breaking down the teaspoons even. They have 3/4 of a teaspoon. And then they have a 1/2 of a teaspoon. And then they cut that down again into a 1/4 of a teaspoon. And I don't use this last one very much because they take 1/4 and cut that into 2 pieces. And they actually give me a 1/8, which is not very much. You don't use that one very, very much. But you can kind of tell which one is bigger than the other one. 1/4 is definitely bigger than 1/8. All right, so kiddos, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna do a really quick mixture of all my ingredients, and then we will come back and talk about our final product. All right, kiddos, well, we are done baking our cookies for the day, and this is one batch that came out. I've got another one in the oven right now. It takes 3 or 4 batches to get it through. And this is the final product. That's the bottom, kind of golden, and then the top's nice and browned as well. And when you open those things up, oh, they're still warm. Oh my goodness. Let's see how it tastes. That's pretty good. I don't think y'all like it. Don't worry. I don't think you'd like these at all. Nope, nope. Pretty sure this is for teachers only. These are really, really not good. These warm chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, they're not good at all. Don't worry. They're not good. Well, somebody better finish these really bad cookies. So, I'm going to cut the video off so I can take care of that. All right. Well, I'll talk with y'all later. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, kiddos.